Welcome to the circus, the true crime YouTube scene, where drama's the star and the facts aren't so clean. She's on her channel, she's screaming with flair. J Duck's poor Nana, her address is bare. The drama volcano, it's ready to blow. Subs grab their popcorn for the Crama Show. It's Crama's true crime circus. Round and round we go. Not much truth, just trauma, stealing all the show. Narcissism, borderline, maybe psychopathy, fueling all the chaos in this YouTube spree. The ladies are screeching, they're hurling those names. Snake, liar, fraud. It's their favorite game. No problems defined, no solution in sight. Just a merry-go-round of emotional fights. Subs egg it on, they're loving the mess. Trauma bonding nightly in this hot circus press. It's Crama's true crime circus. Round and round we go. Not much truth, just trauma, stealing all the show. Narcissism, borderline, maybe psychopathy, fueling all the chaos in this YouTube spree. It's a borderline's dream, this emotional ride. No facts, just feelings with nowhere to hide. They gather each night for their drama parade. Significance found in the mess that they've made. So tune in tomorrow, the circus won't stop. Crama's true crime keeps the drama on top. With insults and screams, it's a wild, wild scene. Crama's true crime circus, fighting to be YouTube's drama queen. Welcome to the circus, the true crime YouTube scene, where drama's the star and the facts aren't so clean. She's on her channel, she's screaming with flair. J Duck's poor Nana, her address is bare. The drama volcano, it's ready to blow. Subs grab their popcorn for the Crama Show. It's Crama's true crime circus. Round and round we go. Not much truth, just trauma, stealing all the show. Narcissism, borderline, maybe psychopathy, fueling all the chaos in this YouTube spree. The ladies are screeching, they're hurling those names. Snake, liar, fraud. It's their favorite game. No problems defined, no solution in sight. Just a merry-go-round of emotional fights. Subs egg it on, they're loving the mess. Trauma bonding nightly in this hot circus press. It's Crama's true crime circus. Round and round.
All right, everybody. I hope you guys are doing good. Let me turn all that happy music down. Whew, it is way too early in the morning to listen to all that activity. Sorry that you had to do a 1.5 listen run through. I was away from my keyboard trying to get my silly birds situated so they wouldn't be disruptive. They're so loud. Good morning, Crystal, officially the longest name on YouTube. Sketty Nona. Hey, Jude. Vicky Carpenter, good to see you. Gotcha. 64. You're the winner today. Gotcha. You were the first one here. All right. Yeah, we're doing Laura Mathias, the information on Laura Mathias, but it's going to be later this afternoon because it's going to take longer. It's more information. But what I want to do today, right now, it's just it's going to be very limited, short video, but I think it's really, really important. Okay. And this is related to Julie Skolnik. Now, if you know who Julie Skolnik is, put a one in the chat, because I don't want to take anything for granted. She's kind of one of those people that she's very polarizing. Well, I can't even, no, that's not true. She's not very polarizing. I don't know of anybody that really likes her. Do you know what I mean? There are some people who are polarizing, that where you either really, really love them or you really, really dislike them. She is not that. She is, she, she's offensive. That isn't even the right word. She creates drama. This is it. Julie Skolnik is insightful. INCITE, insightful for creating drama. She loves drama. And I think she has, my opinion, I think she has a bit of a mean streak in her. She has really, like really dished out a huge heap of real life pain. And if the slightest little thing happens on YouTube, she's crying and snotting up her channel. She's making accusations. She's the biggest victim that YouTube has ever seen, according to her, I'm talking about. The thing about her that is so interesting, though, is how aggressive she is toward others, how hurtful. And look, I'm not talking about YouTube drama. This is not what I'm talking about. I am talking about a woman who does family trees, aka background checks, on subscribers that she decides she doesn't like them, or creators who have an opinion that she disagrees with. Now, one of her favorite complaints is, you're casting anti-Semitic slander on me. She loves to bring her Jewish heritage into the world of drama. And again, this is a woman who is doing background checks on people that for whatever reason she doesn't like, or she's trying to get in with a group of people. So she does that whole playbook of the enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? And that is completely just a falsehood. So she will find a group she wants to be accepted by, and she'll find out who they are fighting against. And then she'll go do background checks. She'll pull up the worst dirty laundry, the most uncomfortable skeleton in their closet, and then she'll bring it to YouTube and do full-scale videos on it. Will totally reveal any terrible thing that's ever happened to you that is a matter of public record, like court cases, being sued, if you lost a lawsuit, if you have like unpaid bills. She loves it. She wants to embarrass people and hurt people. She absolutely embraces it. Now, as you can imagine, she is not really made friends, right? As far as I can tell, every single group, every single channel she has attempted to become a part of as a subscriber, she has been flatly rejected. 100% rejected. Okay. Now, in the beginning, they do welcome her. I welcomed her. In the beginning, I thought, okay, well, this is an educated woman and she's doing good work with the whole autism community. And, this could be a real asset to the YouTube stuff. It didn't take me but about a week of watching her videos and paying attention for me to figure out really quickly, no, 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 no. You don't want this little chickadee anywhere near our community. No way. She is a troublemaker with a capital T. She will slander you. She will attack you. She doesn't think that there are any restrictions on her in terms of going back into your history, the history of your children, the past of your grandparents. She even pulled up people and talked about people's grandparents. So you get the idea of what she is, right? All right. Now, there was a big meltdown not long ago. The channel Nonsense was reviewing this issue with Julie Skolnik. And Julie actually came in and she lost her mind and basically ended up taking her channel down, right? Because she didn't want anybody reviewing her. Now, she will go into your history. She will bring to the internet every embarrassing court case you may have ever encountered in your life. In fact, this man, Tony Mathis, who most of us know because of the Sebastian Rogers case, Tony Mathis recently died as he is being sued after he has had his whole messy legal history brought forth to YouTube Karama World. So it was so inappropriate, the level of personal, private information. I have to wonder if the stress of YouTube contributed to his death. I don't have any idea how he died, why he died. There is rumor that it was a heart condition and that he was supposed to be having like a heart transplant. But that's rumor. I don't know. I'm not in these people's lives. I don't know people that would actually know if that were true or not. But the question is why? That's the question. Why did Julie Skolnik look toward Tony Mathis and say, I'm sorry, Tony Mathias, not Tony Mathis, the singer, Tony Mathias. Why did he look toward Tony and say, I want to absolutely humiliate this man? I want to reveal to all the world that he has money problems. Why did she do that? Oh, I'll tell you why. Despite her having said the most vile things during the Sebastian Rogers, when the Sebastian Rogers case was really big, she flat out said that Chris hurt Sebastian. She was rough. I mean, it was direct. And in all honesty, I've got serious problems about what happened with Sebastian Rogers. It doesn't fit with what I know about people that are on the spectrum, even high functioning people. They are, in fact, creatures of habit, and they do follow routines and schedules, and they do not tolerate transitions well. And it is just simply unfathomable to me. It's my opinion. It's unfathomable to me that this young man just got up and walked out of the house. That's I that is very difficult. And with no shoes on, what about sensory disruption? So I'm not saying that I've stood, as a defender of certain families or whatever. I haven't. That's not my point. My point is that Julie came out very hard on this family, but then there was a creator that she wanted to be favored by. She wanted to get in with that community. And because that community was standing in defense of the family of Sebastian Rogers, that was when Julie went into action. She completely dropped her previous hardline stance and 100% turned on Tony and Seth, Sebastian's father, completely went against them and did these background checks and started reporting on all these people's difficult life circumstances. I mean, it was wild. And it was only being done not from integrity, not from a place of principle, but 100% because she's thirsty. She wanted to be in with a certain community, and she was willing to destroy other people to be accepted. It was very unpleasant. The history about Tony that she brought forward was completely inappropriate. And other people, Brittany J., Craig, where she would go back and look at every member of their family and then report on these poor people who are not online. They're not in this crazy world of YouTube drama. But Julie believed, she was even self-righteous to believe that she could certainly talk about their children, talk about their dead parents, talk about their grandparents, talk about custody of their children. She had no trouble with that, guys. She had no trouble. She didn't care. Didn't care. So here is a clip. She is on Kathy P's channel. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see something. This was from about a month ago. Okay. Julie Scott. Now I'm reporting. This is I'm playing this from Hartley's channel, but it's a clip of Julie Skolnik on Kathy P's channel, and I want you to listen to how she's talking about her lawsuit, her complaint against Brittany J. and Craig. That's the first thing, and then we're going to listen to another clip that's going to highlight that these are, she is, this thing that she's doing to Brittany and Craig, it's frivolous lawsuits, in my opinion. Now in New Jersey, there are no, like it's not illegal. It's not a crime in New Jersey if you file frivolous lawsuits. However, it can be incredibly expensive because the judge can slap civil sanctions on them. They can make, like in this particular case, Julie going to the court, fighting and arguing against the district attorney or the prosecutor, fighting against the judge, demanding that her case be criminal. And they're saying we need to just do, mediation. This doesn't really rise to the level of criminality, and we need to do mediation and get this to the point that you guys can stay away from each other and not, trigger each other. And she, I'm telling you, I think she is on shaky ground with this judge. So a judge, there's two rules of law in New Jersey. One is the frivolous causes of action statute. The other is frivolous litigation rule. And each of them warns against filing or promoting criminal charges for something that is really just kind of just an irritant, right? So with the New Jersey court rule 1:4-8, the frivolous litigation rule applies to attorneys and self-represented litigants. Signing or filing a pleading certifies that it has a reasonable basis in law and fact and isn't for improper purpose. Listen to this, like harassment or delay. I think Julie's in trouble here. Okay. So again, if the prosecutor tells you this doesn't really rise to the level of criminal in New Jersey, this is the kind of case that automatically goes to mediation. And then you go into the judge's chambers and you're talking to the judge, and the judge is saying, we need to do mitigation, and you're fighting and arguing against the judge. In a case of harassment, you could be in serious financial trouble, jeopardy. Financial penalties, dismissal, of course, additional court sanctions for wasting the time and resources of the court and the judge. If there is reputation harm, which this is going to be bad. If there's reputation harm, then you're going to have rules of professional conduct where the attorneys are concerned. This could turn into a huge problem. And you want to know what else happens in New Jersey? Anti-slap laws, the same exact laws that are already spanking the hell out of BJ. They brought frivolous lawsuit against Granny's Watching and Barbecue Lady. And now they are in trouble. They have to pay Granny's Watching. They have to pay Barbecue. And Julie, in all of her infinite wisdom, has now just set herself up for exactly the same end game. So if I were Brittany J. and Craig, I would be hiring the most expensive attorney I could find. You want to know why? Because when they win the anti-slap case, Julie is going to have to pay them what they spent on their attorneys, as well as any additional like damages to reputation. Okay. All right. So you get my point here, right? I know I'm putting some stuff together that, just stay with me. It's going to come together. Let me take this off the desktop. All right. So we're going to listen to this first clip, and then I've got another one I'm going to play after it.
The wheels of justice do not move quickly.
Now that is Julie Skolnik that you're hearing talking. Well, the wheels of justice, they move slowly, especially for for we Jewish people, because we Jewish people are just picked on and maligned, and everybody disrespects us, going all the way back to, okay, so this is Julie, and she's being very, very, very emotional, and she's making her case to Kathy P's channel that she is a victim. She has been victimized, and it's only right to go to the court.
Filed, I filed, with the evidence, with the attached police reports, which there was 3 police reports filed in December, and this is based on, I can't remember actually, because
Julie, damn girl, damn. Okay, this is based on 3 police reports from December. Okay, would any of you guys be shocked to find out that this woman was so frightened, so terrified, that when she went up to the courthouse or to the police station to file her complaint with the New Jersey police, she took selfies. Now, what do you think that was about? She took selfies to document that she was filing complaints against Craig and Brittany, who are in 7 states away. And this prosecutor asked Brittany J., do you ever go to New Jersey? And Brittany J is like, sir, I don't ever even leave my house. I haven't seen the sunshine in 392 days. Not, that's a little bit of exaggeration. But she said, no, I don't go to New Jersey. I've never been to New Jersey. Why would I go to? No. Why do you think the prosecutor is asking if she goes to New Jersey? Oh, because the crazy lady who is filing all this wild complaint, frivolous complaints, she lives in New Jersey and she's terrified for her life. And so the prosecutor just says, hey, where do you live? North Carolina? Like 7 states away? Oh, well, do you ever go to New Jersey? Like, do you know anybody there? Would you have any reason to go? No, Julie, Brittany J and Craig don't even leave their damn houses. When Brittany does leave her house, she goes to the convenience store to buy her, quotation marks, medicine, and then waits to get some teenager to go in and buy her medicine for her. So even if Brittany J or Craig leave the house, they're not going to Disney World. You know what I mean? They're not going out to watch the Phillies play. They're not going out and going shopping on Fifth Avenue in New York City. That's not the people they are. They're pretty much in the house. I mean, for what we can tell, it seems like that, right? I don't even think Craig has a working vehicle. Brittany J is always saying her car's broken down. A lot of people think, she's grifting for somebody to buy her a new car, but they're pretty clear. Craig doesn't have a vehicle that operates. I mean, he's all excited about his dually, but it doesn't operate, doesn't work. Oh, well, it didn't the last time I was listening. If they've gotten it fixed since then, so be it. So the prosecutor's already on to Julie. Prosecutor's already on. She doesn't come to New Jersey. Why are you acting so stupid? Okay, so now I'm going to be quiet.
of them were kind of a combination, things that happened, like, so like anything that was for, one party, for example, was not for the other party, right?
Like, now, would you have to be there in person, or are you going to be allowed to do virtual as well?
I don't think I have to be there at all.
Oh, okay. You got an attorney? Oh, that's right. The state's doing it, so you don't need.
I do not need an attorney. And,
the state's.
I have not been informed that I need to be there at all. Okay. I guess I don't know. I just don't. I mean, let's put it this way. I would have to be informed that I have to be there if I do, right. And I would guess that it would be the same way, but I don't know. But if I did, but I would only appear as a witness. I mean, basically, our understanding, right, in this community is that when a prosecutor takes a thing, if there's charges, they file the charges. I mean, they press. The prosecutor prosecutes, okay, in front of the judge, even if it's virtual. Okay, it's the prosecutor versus generally, my general knowledge of this is that a defendant or somebody charged with a misdemeanor. I just want to say, if you type in that law, it is harassment.
Yeah, I have it.
It's harassment, simple harassment / disorderly persons. I don't know of any law that is called annoyance in New Jersey, but certainly doing things right that would alarm, cause distress to a reasonable person is considered, whatever behaviors that.
Okay, the operative word here, Julie, is reasonable. Okay, you are not reasonable. The things that you have used for your frivolous case, they wouldn't disturb a reasonable person. There was one thing that Craig did that I think was really disturbing, and everyone that saw it was disturbed. And that was his weird game of showing his handgun and then making all these weird complaints about his toy gun, his play gun. They're very disturbing. Not because I fear that he's going to come to my house and hurt me, or that he's going to go to Julie's house and hurt Julie. It was disturbing because he was shit-faced drunk, and they have a bunch of little kids running around in the house, and there's this unsecured firearm. Not even a long gun. It's a handgun. Something a little kid can easily pick up and accidentally pull the trigger on, or easily pick up and drop and get an accidental discharge. With the long guns, they're much harder to get that shot. They're not likely to hurt themselves. They're more likely to shoot someone else in the room with a long gun. But with a handgun, it's a nightmare. And so when we, the collective YouTube people, when we saw him waving that gun around and he was so drunk and the things that he was saying were just offensive, and Brittany is on the nod snoring in the other room, and you got little kids that are up until 6 o'clock in the damn morning eating noodles, for God's sake. And that handgun was literally an arm's length away from him. He didn't have to lean forward. He didn't have to get up and walk across the room to get it. He literally just stuck his arm out, picked it up, and waved it in front of the camera. And then started lying. You like my handgun? You like my little hand pew pew? I mean, it was stupid. It was just childish, right? But we were so disturbed for the safety of the children and Brittany. 100% safety of Brittany J too. I wouldn't want that drunk bastard in my house waving a handgun around. Absolutely not. And Brittany, I think it's probably really important to say this. You need to get every gun in your house, and it needs to go to your dad's house or your mom's house. It needs to go somewhere, not around Craig with his bottle of booze. Because people that are drunk and they have firearms, that's when terrible things happen and your family ends up on the news. So reasonable people were very disturbed by that. No reasonable person believes that he's going to come and kill you because he starts calling you an old hag. I mean, it's not very nice. I agree 100%. It's not very nice. But a reasonable person is not in fear that that person calling you names is going to break the law to the level that they're going to drive across 7 states, spend the money. Julie, do you believe that Craig or Brittany, either of those two, do you think that they would spend their money to come to New Jersey to harass you? Do you think they would come to New Jersey, drive their broken down vehicles all the way to New Jersey to come and try to kill you? Really? Maybe you're not as smart as I thought you were. No, she doesn't believe they're going to do that. She is not a dumb woman. She has no belief whatsoever that she is in physical danger of these two homebound people. This is about YouTube content. Why? Let me ask you guys this. Have you guys ever been so frightened that you needed to go to the police station and file charges against someone? That you've had trouble, whether it's property disputes, whether it's like domestic violence issues, whatever it could be, right? There's a lot of things it could be. Have you ever gone to file to get the help of the police, walked out and taken selfies? What do you think that was about? Why did it even occur to Julie Skolnik that she needed a selfie at that exact moment of filing her paperwork? Why did she need a photograph? Oh, yeah. She's documenting the moment for her YouTube channel. This was YouTube content. Julie Skolnik is using the New Jersey court system to fight her little petty trauma issues, but more importantly, I think, so that she can have content on her channel, which is frivolous. This is frivolous, Julie. And take note from Granny's watching the fact that she and Barbecue Lady won their anti-slap case. That judge tried to tell you that it needed to go to mediation. That prosecutor told you it was supposed to go to mediation automatically. You argued with both of them. You fought against both of them. And you know what I think is going to happen when you guys finally go into court? And I think it was yesterday. I think the judge is going to get you for frivolous lawsuits. I think you are going to be left holding the bag financially of the money that Craig and Brittany J spend on attorneys, and maybe even damages, actually. And you did that for your YouTube content. You did that for the courts to fight your petty trauma bullshit. And magically, Julie, your channel went down. Why is that? And to be clear, I don't think it's Julie Skolnik's money. She is a grown-ass woman, and she got her mother to pay for her attorney. Nice, right?
Would do that, or things repeat.
Allegedly.
Did doing things right that would alarm, cause distress to a reasonable person is considered, whatever. Behaviors that would do that are things repeated, whatever. For it to be, I don't want to say too much. You understand?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Emily,
Don't do
it's
that.
the state.
Don't even take the chance. It's not
right.
worth it.
So it's the state. It's not me versus them. It is out of my hands.
Right.
Okay. And
you hear that? This is not Julie against Brittany J. This is not Julie against old Crego. No. She is making sure on Cappy P's channel, proclaiming to the community that this is the state of New Jersey against Brittany J. and Craig. It is out of Julie's hands.
a reasonable person is considered, whatever. Behaviors that would do that are things repeated, whatever. For it to be, I don't want to say too much. You understand?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, don't do
it's
that.
the state.
Don't even take the chance. It's not
right.
worth it.
So it's the state. It's not me versus them. It is out of my hands.
Right.
It's the state, not me, Julie Skolnik, that are harming Brittany J. and Craig. This is out of my hands. Y'all heard that, didn't you? All right, give me a moment, please, because I'm making my case here. All right. All right. Now, this is a recording. This happened a month ago. This is a recording of Julie Skolnik and Brittany J. meeting with the prosecutor. And then when this cuts off, they're going in to actually meet with the judge. All right. Now, you remember what I said, right? That this is the state bringing charges against Brittany J. and Craig, not Julie. This is out of her hands. So you can't be mad at Julie. Those of you that hate this real life YouTube crap, you can't be mad at Julie. She had nothing to do with this, guys. This is out of her hands.
A lot of harassment happening against me and stuff. There's clear start sending evidence over to you as early as today. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I will be sure to do that. And can you clarify something for me? Because I know Miss Skolnik, she goes live on her channel and she tells her, subscribers and stuff. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of harassment happening against me by some of her friends, and she'll go live and tell everybody that the prosecutor has picked up this case and that it's basically, is it the state of New Jersey versus Brittany Nicole Jackson, or is it a citizen complaint? I'm just,
It's the title of to answer your question, these complaints are filed under New Jersey state law.
Okay.
So these are New Jersey state statutes. So the title of the case is State of New Jersey against Robert Craig Black II and State of New Jersey against Brittany N. Jackson. These are still civilian complaints. The complainants are Ms. Skolnik.
Okay.
And I am the prosecutor in this.
Now, he's clarifying, as it stands, it's the state against Brittany Jackson. But he's saying that he's about to explain why this is civil. This is not criminal at all. And he's about to, this is where Julie's really screwed. She's really screwed herself. Notice too that they named the complainants, which is simply Julie, right? Just Julie Skolnik. Guess what happened after this hearing? Julie Skolnik, this is going to burn you up. Julie Skolnik added her son to the complaint. Now, the court case that happened, it was supposed to happen, I think, was it yesterday? No, maybe it was, well, I don't remember. In the past week or so, they were supposed to have another one. I don't know if it went forward. I don't know what happened. But when they went to court this latest time, now it's Julie Skolnik and her 18-year-old son. Well, stepson. She literally is using Al's child. Oh, I didn't get my way. I didn't like how they minimized the harm to me. I'm just gonna use Al's son. They won't be able to turn their back on a child who's been wronged. This woman scares me to death. You know why? Because she has no morals. Like it's not even, she is so hell-bent on sticking it to BJ that she cannot even see how low she is stooping. What would it take, guys, for you guys to say, oh gosh, I tried really hard to get my YouTube, arch nemesis. I wanted to put her in her place. I wanted to give her the 1-2 punch, and I'm failing and it's not working. And I am going to get my child involved, because no judge will turn their back on a child. What would it take for you to involve your little child, not even your kid, your husband's kid? What would it take for you to get them involved in your YouTube drama? My husband would lose his mind. He would be like, what? You did what? You talked about our kid for your YouTube foolishness? I know. Y'all, I couldn't believe it when she added her son. Now, this prosecutor, remember what I told you, because I'm trying to cut down on time here. At the beginning of this, almost at the very initial meeting, this prosecutor says these charges are always sent to mediation. I think he uses the word automatically. I think he says these charges are automatically sent to mediation. And Julie lit up like a firecracker. No, it can't go to, I'm not interested in litigation, in mediation. No, it can't. These are serious charges. I can't do mediation. And then Brittany J says, oh, we would be really fine and great and dandy with mediation. So right there, right off the bat, the very beginning of this meeting that we're watching right now, Julie went nuts about mediation. She wants it to be the state of New Jersey giving it to Brittany J and Craig so that Julie looks like a victim. So Julie gets real hung up on, but you're the state prosecutor. You work for me. You work for me in this case. And he does say, I don't work for you. I am going to prosecute the case and you're a witness, right? But in the beginning, she's saying, you're my attorney. You're working as my attorney. It's like, no, Julie, the state prosecutor is not your attorney, lady. If this goes with criminal, you're just a witness. And if the judge wants to, he can get you to pay Craig and Brittany J's attorney's fees and possibly damages if that judge decides that you're bringing this frivolous lawsuit for something petty like harassment. It's actually written in the rule, like harassment. And she argued back with this prosecutor in the beginning of this meeting. Now listen to what's about to happen. He's about to explain just what a no big deal Craig's actions were. Like he's about to explain, Julie, you don't have a leg to stand on here. You'd be luckier to win your case if you had a dog on the loose without tags in the neighborhood. I mean, this ought to be, Julie Skolnik should have been so humiliated.
This court. So these are my cases to handle. These are in New Jersey, we have 6 levels of criminal offenses. First degree criminal, that's like murder, first degree kidnapping. Second degree, less serious. Third degree, less serious. Fourth degree, less serious. Then we have disorderly persons complaints and petty disorderly persons complaints. Those are the bottom 2 of the 6. Below that, we have municipal ordinances like not getting your dog license or.
He just clowned Julie Skolnik. He just made fun of her right to her face. Think about this, y'all. He didn't have to explain it that way, did he? He didn't have to say, these are the 2 bottom, the very, very bottom. And right below that is dogs roaming the neighborhood with no tags on. He didn't have to say it that way, Julie. He's telling you, you are in the wrong here. This is utterly and completely absurd. This is a waste of our time, the judge's time. But Julie is oblivious. She can't even see it.
Things of that nature. So these complaints, let's see how these are written. These are petty disorderly or disorderly persons complaints. So they're bottom 2 level. So technically, I don't want to get too technical with you, but you asked me if these are criminal complaints. Yeah. The way the law describes them as quasi-criminal complaints.
They're quasi-criminal, yeah. Julie.
Right. And state of New Jersey versus Brittany Jackson.
You bitch. You class A bitch. I have a poll for the chat. Who wants to be married to Julie Skolnik? If you would like to live in the same house with Julie Skolnik, put a 1. If you would move out of the state to avoid being anywhere near this heifer, put a 2. He says your little complaint here is only 1 step above a dog roaming the neighborhood with no tags, right? Okay, he says that. What is her next statement? Right, prosecutor, you little dumbass. It is, in fact, the state of New Jersey versus Brittany J. So, she's so dumb that she literally just tried to clown the prosecutor. The dude that she was just now saying, you work for me, bucko. You're my attorney, bucko. Listen again. Oh, she is a, ooh. Al, run for your life, dude. Get away from this chick. Good Lord, I cannot even imagine poor Al. I cannot even imagine how this guy, oh my God. Listen to her.
Yeah. Right. And state of New Jersey versus Brittany Jackson.
You're horrible. Julie, who talks to people like that? This man is the prosecutor. What are you? You're like a con artist. Okay, Julie, New Jersey has anti-slap laws. You are going to be the next Brittany J. You have bit off far more than you can chew. For example, Julie, Do you believe that this prosecutor, after he was being so helpful and he was trying to explain to you what a big nothing burger your little case is, he's trying to help you. He's trying to say, let's go to mediation. Let's don't bother the judge. Let's get this past us. You showed your hand. No. I want there to be a trial. I want to hurt Brittany J. and Craig. You want to know something, Julie? Brittany J. and Craig have more to fear from you than you ever did from them. You have acted in a way that is unhinged and utterly and completely ridiculous. This prosecutor, you got on his bad side, sister. This is going to be very interesting to see the outcome.
May I ask a question?
The criminal burden of proof on it. Right. Yeah, but we got to kind of wrap this up. You both can call me.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing.
Because I have like 40 other people waiting.
Now listen to this. Okay? So he's still trying to answer her question. She jumps up and she says, yeah, state of New Jersey versus Brittany J. She's shutting him up. She's saying, how dare you diminish the criminal actions against me? Now what she's fixing to do is demonstrate her complete and total lack of self-awareness, being driven by what might be a bottomless pit of narcissism. Listen to the self-entitlement of this lady. Listen to what happens here.
Right. Yeah, but we got to kind of wrap this up. You both can call me.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing.
Because I have like 40 other people waiting.
Oh, he's got 40 other people, Julie. Shut up. He's got 40 other people waiting. You believe that you're the star in your own show. This guy's just trying to do his job. He's just trying to work. And I would imagine New Jersey probably has a big backlog of cases. I know Houston, Texas, all by itself does. I can only imagine the entire state of New Jersey. But Julie is just like, no. I won't be silenced. I must be heard. I don't care about those 40 other people. Their stuff is not as bad as mine. Don't you understand that, prosecutor? I've had criminal threats against me, and I'm Julie Skolnik, by God. I couldn't believe this when I heard this. I thought, has anyone taught you how to behave, Julie? Do you even know like the proper way to conduct yourself in a public meeting? Brittany knows how to. Wild.
This is the last question I have. There's been complaints about here in this case about serious harassment of myself and my family members, including facilitating threats of violence against me and harassment of my autistic son. So I'm not sure that this case is appropriate for mediation because of the seriousness of the threats.
Tell that to the
Julie the Great doesn't think that this is appropriate for mediation because of the seriousness. They live 7 states away from you, Julie. They have no operating vehicle whatsoever. And as far as I can tell, Craig never leaves the damn house. So exactly what threat is it that is so serious? I mean, look, if he was living next door, waving a gun around and drunk and threatening you, okay, I would be behind you 100%. This is frivolous and it is absurd and this is ridiculous. It is a waste of time. And the only reason you're doing it is for YouTube drama bullshit. That's all you're doing it for. No, she's not even get out of the chair, Tiff. I mean, we have to be absolutely honest and reasonable about this threat, right? The threat with the gun was 100% horrible for those kids in that house. It was horrible for Brittany J. You don't want to be in the house with a man who is drunk, temperamental, and has a handgun laying on the desk within arm's reach. You don't want that. That is criminal. All right? That's terrifying. 7 states away, no money, and no working vehicles from 2 people that appear to be completely agoraphobic. Julie, you are under no threat. Anti-slap, Julie. Anti-slap.
Judge in a minute when I send you in front of the judge.
So he just said, done. Finish with you, lady. You tell your story to the judge. And from what I hear, little birdies, the judge was like, this should be in mediation. This doesn't rise to the level of criminal offense. And there was argument. And now, in my opinion, I believe this prosecutor and this judge, they have a lot of leeway to come back and get Julie for her frivolous litigation. Yeah, Tiff. How crazy is that? And how dare this woman who gets on her YouTube channel and cries every other day, who hides in her bedroom when her autistic son is raging. This woman who wants to say to you that she's so competent and she's so knowledgeable, she gets on this meeting with the prosecutor and says, you work for me. You are my attorney. He says, actually, I'm not your attorney. I work for the state. You're a witness. And then she tells him he is wrong about mediation. That the prosecutor in New Jersey doesn't know the law well enough to understand that this is not a case that should be mediation. She says at one point, well, the charges that I did want were XYZ, and that was a class 4 felony. And then the prosecutor says, yeah, I know, they were downgraded. Everywhere she goes, she pushes and pushes and pushes and makes people dislike her because she's offensive. She belittles people in her fight. Yes, Mark Klein, I agree. They are the court system is sick of these basically toddlers in 40-year-old bodies. The court system is sick of this kind of nonsense. So we'll see how this whole thing turns out, but ooh, not good. Not I still have a little time left. I thought I was going to be short on time. Let me play this. Hold on. Now, thankfully, let's see. Okay, now we're going to listen to the channel Whispy, WHISPY. And this is the live by Nonsense. This is the live that Julie Skolnik quickly took down to interfere. She basically lost her mind because Nonsense, look, there's one thing I can say, okay? Nonsense is a truth teller, right? She's not out here trying to win friends and influence people's. She calls it like she sees it, right? And so I think in a way, well, even though she may have spoken up against Brittany J in the past, she can see clearly Julie Skolnick's behavior in this circumstance is egregious, right? So she was doing, Nonsense was doing a breakdown of what Julie was doing with this frivolous lawsuit crap, okay? And man, it triggered Julie Skolnick. So this is on the channel Whispy. I hope you guys will go over there and give her a follow. Watch the whole video on her channel. I'm just going to show a little snippet of it to see the real Julie Skolnick. No, not the Julie Skolnick. It's out of my hands. It's the state of New Jersey against Brittany J. Don't be mad. Don't be mad at me. This is criminal. This is out of my hands. I had nothing to do with this. This is the police just trying to protect citizens. Now we're going to see the real Julie Skolnick. With the
Thank you,
real
everyone,
Julie
for being here. I
Skolnick,
appreciate
please
it.
stand up.
Yes, I will drop. I said king. So,
let me just take you back so you get full context.
Their tolerance of certain things or intolerance of other things are different. They're not going to be exactly the same. So just because you have experience with one autistic child that you raised doesn't mean you understand what it's like to raise an autistic child.
But Julie is here to educate you.
Autistic child.
She's the master of all.
And Hannah, speaking on that, somebody brought that up yesterday. So Flava, yes, is a creator, whatever you want to, drama.
Yeah, all that. Oh. Maybe I'm down. Yeah.
Don't thought Flava narrators for asking if I
and me. Unless you've walked in the shoes of a profound autism parent who has to be the voice of their child. Because guess what? Our kids can't speak for themselves.
Guess what, Julie? You are exploiting Al's children. You have molded an online presence. You have molded an online personality as the great defender of all things autistic, just for content. Your first go around of exploiting Al's children was when you went to TikTok and you did your channel that was really and truly all about Al's kid and autism. That's how you got your supply. Then you thought you'd come into the true crime community because Sebastian Rogers was diagnosed autistic. You thought you'd come into this community and you would be the defender of all autistic missing children. I wonder, Julie, are you going to be the defender of the autistic gunman that opened fire on a Secret Service agent at the Hilton in Washington, D.C. a few nights ago? You going to defend that dude? He was diagnosed with autism. How about Adam Lanza? He was definitely diagnosed with autism. Are we going to be the great defender of Adam Lanza? Might as well. You could join the ranks of JLR and just be an instigator. If all you need is attention, if all you want are views, You just want to be YouTube famous? Go the route of JLR. Just go around doing the most outrageous, shocking, antisocial things that you can imagine, and people will watch because we love a train wreck. But don't stand up with a moral authority, because now you went from exploiting his son with severe, profound autism. Now you're exploiting the son that is, you're announcing to the entire world that he's high functioning autism. Did he want his medical information put out there by you, the stepmom? Did he say, hey, Julie, that'd be great if you go and tell the world all of my medical diagnoses. I'm fine with that. I don't care if my friends at school know what I have. Now you're going to exploit him so you can get your win against Brittany and Craig. Disgusting behavior, Julie.
If they could, they would. I don't speak for Spencer's twin because he can speak for himself. He has his own voice.
But you're telling the entire world his diagnosis. And you've now added him to your frivolous lawsuit. So when the judge makes you responsible for Brittany J's attorney cost, the judge is also going to give that to your 18-year-old son. So he'll start his young life having legal problems on his record. And then one day, Julie, he's going to run across another Julie Skolnik. And that Julie Skolnik is going to say, you know what? It's a matter of public record. I'm going to go ahead and get this juicy information about Al's son, and I'm going to make a YouTube video about it. I'm going to spread his picture all over the place. That's what you did when you included him in your frivolous lawsuit, just so you can get a YouTube win.
And he gets to choose if he's on the internet or not.
Hartley, and we learned that almost 4 years ago. And then it comes to the point where people
Like,
forget
why
that
is he talking
sometimes
about
this
this
bitch and that
anyways?
bitch link
Like,
up and they
I'm
become
just-
friends because they're all a
I
bunch of
don't
real lifers.
understand what
Yep,
this has to
sure
do with
are.
YouTube.
And he did make a choice until one day, some really fucked up people decided to go into my Facebook.
Huh?
But I don't say his name or show him on YouTube or TikTok.
Okay, so here's the thing about that. Unfortunately, it's the internet. When you put it out there on a public platform, no matter if it's Facebook, YouTube, anything like that, people are going to find it. So when you...
And you know what, Julie? Nonsense is right about that. Most creators that I know, they have their YouTube or their Facebook stuff or TikTok or whatever locked down, so they can control who can see their content, right? Or their family pictures are not shared to the public, right? She's out there like vomiting all over these people that watch her, whether it's TikTok, whether it's YouTube. She's out there making people furious. She's making people furious. And now including her stepson in this lawsuit. And she didn't protect her Facebook. She didn't protect his photographs.
You upload something to, whether it's about your children or anything, people have no boundaries, just like the people you associate with
I don't know.
have
I
no
was
boundaries.
talking about this.
When you make something public, it's public. You don't get to cry.
It's weird.
Buddies.
Good point. But you wanted to see. So if you're online first, child, definitely, drama. There we go.
See, that's where that kind of removes those situations.
After when we first did a video, after 3 years ago, it was deleted.
Hey, Teresa Brown.
Brought him to YouTube and discussed him and talked about where to find the video. No, you're not, Patricia. I see you right now on Christmas Day. And since I'm so pissed off, let me make an announcement that maybe you don't know. This has nothing to do with Friday. There are two, this is something.
So it's been said that Julie wasn't who brought it here to the internet. Now, I do not discuss it and you need to go after for the facts in the this content. Oh, and Julie, like a lot of these bitches, this ain't my first
seats. Just about the Julie case, I have, yeah.
These are going to make me blink an eye. Try again.
It's going to be an announcement to everybody. In the cyber harassment case, there are two plaintiffs.
Oh.
There are two plaintiffs.
What cyber harassment case? Because this law is completely, distinctly different from cyber harassment.
That is.
Right.
Again, February 17th.
There are two, this is something, it's going to be an announcement to everybody. In the cyber harassment case, there are two plaintiffs. There are two plaintiffs in that case.
Oh, is there?
I am one of the two plaintiffs. Guess who the other plaintiff is? Guess who the other plaintiff is in that case? It is Spencer's twin brother. Who some people brought to this fucking internet against his will.
I don't know. It's out of my hands. It's the state against Brittany J. It's out. I don't know. I don't have any answers. I don't know. Gosh, she recovered from that weakness very quickly, didn't she? And she added Al's stepson to her frivolous lawsuit. Yeah, dear Lord, God help Spencer's brother. Have any of you guys heard a kid described like that? That's Spencer's brother. Here's how Julie describes the stepchildren. We have Spencer, who is severe, profound autism. And then we have the stepson, who is high functioning autism. Now we got an extra name for him. He's Spencer's brother. The woman has no way of like just talking about the two boys. These are our kids. This is what we did with our kids. She has taken their autism. She has molded an online persona from which she can capitalize. Is that exploitation? Am I seeing this wrong? They just had a birthday. Happy birthday, twins. Am I seeing it wrong? Or is this accurate? Oh, are they 22? Thank you, Tiff. Yeah. See, you can see how much I don't stalk people. I would never go and look at people's children and no, thank you. No, thank you. The whole identity is about Spencer. Yes, exactly. Hey, hybrid. The whole identity that she has molded is all about Spencer. And why Spencer? Because he's severe, profound autistic. She's using him. She's using him. This dirty business, girl. Julie, this is some dirty business. Well, yeah, absolutely, KJ. Yeah, welcome. Welcome. It's good to see you. Sadly, I know the other twin doesn't drive. He has other conditions that Julie shared. He was also clear he didn't want to be on the internet. And just like that, she did. And what do you think is going to happen, KJ, with him being included on this lawsuit? Because the lawsuit becomes a matter of public record, right? At this point now, the cat's out of the bag. Julie, you cannot put toothpaste back in the tube. You have violated, quotation marks, Spencer's twin. You have violated that boy. You did it, not Brittany J. You did it. And your so-called lawsuit about the public video, how do you know Brittany J and Craig are the ones that put it out? How are you going to prove that? You can't prove it unless you have the original URL upload. And frankly, I don't think you have the money to pay for the type of professional that could figure that out for you. They're expensive. So she has Spencer's birthday party at the train place to see the animals, and then gave all of them in Spencer's home cupcakes and ice cream. Aw. Well, I'm glad Spencer was smiling. That's very nice. Al did not want to be on that live she made. He clearly said no, and she repeated it, but kept the live going until he acquiesced. She has poor boundaries with her family. She sure does. She sure does. Are you talking about that one where she set the camera up? She set the phone up, and then he kind of his eyes keep like looking, and then he says, "Are you recording me? Or is that on?" I think she was talking to him about when they took an example of her and they put it in the RICO. Yes, KJ, girl, my husband that might would have gotten me divorced. To violate your husband's privacy like that. I mean, that's the kind of thing that undercover reporters do, right? They wear the small cameras, like the hidden cameras, to try to get a gotcha moment, right? She did that to her own husband. Ugh, awful, just awful. All right. Okay, guys, so that's kind of it for today. I think that what she is doing, these lawsuits that she's doing, she also brought lawsuits against Tony, and now Tony's dead. Good job, Julie. I hope you own that. I sure do. Nobody on YouTube cared about Tony's financial situation. You act like it's shameful to be struggling financially. Do you know how many people on YouTube are struggling financially? So you just insulted every single person on YouTube that's not like rolling in money. That would include me. Yeah. You made fun of him because there were money troubles. Because he got sued and had a settlement be returned to the original people. You made fun of him. You put that all over public. I can't imagine the humiliation he felt and his family felt. And for what reason, Julie? For what reason? Because he believed Seth. That's all. Because he believed that Seth was innocent, and he was pushing to try to get somebody to find Sebastian Rogers. That was all you needed, Julie, to go after this man and expose some of the worst parts of his life to everybody, and then make fun of him for being poor. You're a terrible human being, in my opinion. The actions that you've done, good people don't do, Julie. They don't exploit their children that have autism. You know what else they don't do? They don't record their profoundly autistic stepson when he's in the middle of a meltdown and put it up online for content. Good people don't do that. They give that person who's in emotional distress, they give them their dignity and their privacy. Something you have never done for Spencer that I can see. Rest in peace, Tony. Absolutely. Yeah. The stress that Tony Mathis was in, and he was having heart troubles. Oh, if I was Julie after what I did to him and his family, I would be feeling so low. But don't worry, she's fine. She's a master of all. She has no bad feelings. There's zero empathy. She's perfectly okay. All right. That's when his heart got really bad, Jules. It's not lying. Jules is not lying about you and what you did to Tony. Look, all you got to do is look at the progression, the dates on the calendar as they coincided with Julie's bullshit background check, the stalking of his family. And I, for one, would 100% support his wife if she came for you, Julie, with full-blown stalking charges and held you responsible for the death of her husband. I would support her, Julie, because this isn't one person that you've done this to. You have no limits, Julie. You don't care. You are like JLR, that the ends are justify the means. There's no limits for Julie Skolnik. There's no boundaries from which to walk across, step across. She will go anywhere she wants to go. She will bust in and hurt people, disrupt people's peace, and will never look back. But the very minute that someone says, hey, you did wrong, you're using your YouTube channel in an irresponsible manner, she will be crying. She will dig into your children's lives. She will bring lawsuits against you for things that never happened. Brittany J never said that she was going to kill Julie. Craig never said he was going to kill Julie. He was going to take her life. It was never said. It was the rantings of a drunk guy just talking crap in the background. And he was not on a microphone. It was ambient sound in the room. Save yourself, Al. Run for your life, Al. Save yourself. Okay. All right. Now then, please hit the thumbs up. Yes, stress kills. It absolutely does, Mark. It absolutely does. 100%. Sure does. Hit the thumbs up, please. Unless you're Julie, and then you can hit the thumbs down. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you will. I do not have a regular time that I go live. So if you're subscribed, you'll get a notification that shows that I put up something new or that I'm actually live at that moment. So I hope you will do that. I will be back later on. I've got a little bit of work that I have to take care of, and then I'll be back and we're gonna look at some more videos. We're going to do some more reviewing. We've got a little something, a little morsel to look at with Trisha. And then we have a little bit of a bigger bite with Lauren Matthias. All right? Yeah. Yeah, I think Julie should say a prayer. I think that posting all of that information about Tony, I think that was really hard on him. I think it was really hard on him. Yeah, Carolina, I'm telling you, there has been stuff come out that is pretty terrifying. Carolina, he had previous heart issues, and then this made it worse. Oh, that's just so sad. And really and truly, what did he do? He just tried to help Seth. Right? At the end of the day, there were a lot of people mad at him. I didn't really like the guy. I'm not standing here being virtuous, not by a long shot, but I gave him his space, right? I may have felt skeptical of him, but I gave him his space. I didn't try to interfere with what he was doing. I didn't make shitty hit pieces. And I damn sure didn't dig into his background and history. I didn't look his children up. Didn't do any of that nonsense. So when the information that she put out on him was, in my opinion, unforgivable. It was unforgivable. It was horrendous. It had nothing to do with Sebastian Rogers' case. It had nothing to do with YouTube. Nothing. It had nothing to do. But just like JLR, Julie could make content from it. I did tell her to stop. I did. I told her that I had never seen one person make so many enemies in such a short period of time. I did. Yep. Because the type of information that she was posting about people was so hurtful. It was so personal. Our financial situations, legal entanglements, that's so personal, y'all. I know it's a matter of public record. I know that. But just because you can do something, it doesn't mean you should do it. Right? You want to treat people the way you would want to be treated. If you guys found out that I was trying to steal $1 million inheritance from an old lady that died, I would want you to expose me. These stories about people using the internet to either harm and hurt people or really and truly to exploit and steal, commit fraud. They deserve to be exposed. Just like politicians that are up to no good, they deserve to be exposed, in my opinion. All right. And I'm going to stand up for people who are 100% innocent. And Christina and Kresha, Kay and Larry Woodcock, they were 100% innocent. They were treated terribly by Lauren Mathias, 100%. And John Mathias, 100%. All right. You guys have a great afternoon. Please hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe. I am going to be back. We'll do a little bit more talking later on. And until then, we'll just listen to a bright and happy song. Okay? Bye. See you later. Thank you for being here.
Woke up at dawn with the pelicans in flight. Coffee brewing strong by dawn's early light. Waves whisper secrets to my open heart. The life around this water gets me off to a great start. Parrots wild, squawking loud in the old palm tree. Dolphin smiles, brighter than the Texas sun on me. We chase simple dreams, nothing fancy or grand, just honest days in this promised land. God gives rainbow horizons to those in this happy lane. Diamonds dancing on the waves, back sparkling again. Honest living, a pursuit of peace, family ties and the happiness we seek. Love, forgotten country running deep in our veins. Through the storms and the trials we break those chains. Good living brings the blessings we see. Rainbow horizons calling to me. Living each moment, giving truth from the heart. No deceptions woven, no false starts. It goes like a front porch swaying in the ocean breeze. Watching the sunset fade away with pink and bluey. Teach the young ones right from wrong with care. quiet and stars shine bright. I thank the Lord for this humble light, for the flag that waves and the grace from above, filling our hearts with endless love. No riches compare to the peace we found